Today in this session, we'll see how we can work on functions. That is, how to use functions in queries. First, we'll see the aggregate functions. So what are these aggregate functions? What is the meaning of aggregation? Aggregation means adding or say making it total. So I have made a list of functions here for all the categories. So we'll go one by one. We'll see the grouping functions or say aggregate say functions, wherein we have something called a sum, average, maximum, minimum, and count. When I say sum, that means sum of some values. Say I have sales, I need the total sum of it, or say profit, or any other values. Or if you want to do some count or average, then I'll be using this grouping functions or say aggregate functions. How to use this, we'll see. Let's go here. We'll write a query like we did in our previous session. Say query design. I'll take the table. Let's take design view. I take region. When I select this column region, let me run this. I'll get the entire records from the table, that is 9,994. In the previous session, we saw an option that is distinct. So what it was doing, it was giving me unique values. Similarly, in this grouping, if I group, what will happen is all the common values, whatever is there, they'll be grouped. It is something like in pivot table, when we drag and drop a column, it will get grouped. Same thing, if you want to do here, let's go to this design view. Here I have this totals. In the design mode, if I go to this total and if I click on this, so this will group the column here. You can see that I got one more parameter total. Let me just remove this. The total is not there now. Let me click again. I'll get this total. So when I say total, it says group by. So what this group by will do is it will combine all the common values and it will give me the unique values by the combination. Let's see how the SQL view looks. Right click, SQL view. Let me copy this and we'll put it in the notepad. First, we'll understand how this grouping function will work. Say, we'll take region, the column, and here it says group by. The group by is the class. Select region from raw data. It is the normal query what we do, but I've used something called as group by and I've mentioned the column here. So this section, whatever is just a group by, it will group based on the columns what I've added here. Now this query if I run, so it is combining, it is grouping all the common values and it will give me only the unique values here. Now if I go here to design mode and let's take one more column, let's say I'll take this category. Here it says group by, I'll run this. You can see that now the combination of this will be grouped. That is the region and the category, they are grouped. The combination of this. Let's go to SQL view and see. Now it will take one more column, that is category. It will be like this. Let me copy this. Here it will be like this. So region, comma, category. And in group column, the group class, I have to use this category. We'll name it as group function. Right. Now if you see both the queries, I mentioned some columns and I'm trying to group it. And if you see in this select region and category, all the columns, whatever I'm using in this select section, that should be there in my group by section as well. The reason is it has to group all the columns what I'm selecting. Suppose if I'm not giving one of the columns, say for example, I'm trying to group here in this query, let me remove this category. So imagine I've selected region and category from raw data table and I'm trying to group by only region. If I run this, it will throw error. See, it says your query does not include the specified expression category as a part of aggregate function. So it is understood that whatever columns I'm taking here, that has to be available in my group by section. Otherwise, it will throw error. Right. Now, what we'll do is we'll try to take one more column, that is a number column, a numeric column, that is sales. Let me double click on this. I got this sales. Now here, if you see in this total parameter, it says group by. So all these are actually group by. Let me go here. Let's go here, make it group by. I'll say run. Now if you see, I'm getting more records. The reason is this column is also getting grouped. That is, sales column is getting grouped by the common values. It is not doing any calculation. It is not adding anything here. It is just grouping. Say for example, if I have 1.892 multiple times, it is just grouping and it is giving me 1.892. If I have 4.712 multiple times, it is grouping. That is, these three combinations, wherever it is there, it is just trying to group. Since it's a number, many values will not be same, so it is just giving me the entire data. You can see that out of 9,994 records, it is showing 8,190. That means there are few common values which I've got grouped. But for me, I don't want like this. I want the sales column to be sum. That is, it should give me the total. That is, the combination of region and category, I should get the total, or only region, the total of sales. So if you want to do something like that, let's go here. As of now, I'll just take out this category. We'll have only this region column. We'll understand how this group works, and then we'll add more columns. Instead of this group by, I'll go here, I'll select this sum. I just click here in the drop down. Here I'll say sum. Now this will become an aggregate function. Let me run this. Here it will give me the aggregate values. That is, in central, the total sales, east total sales, south total sales, and west total sales. Now if I add one more, say the category column, let's take this category, just take it here and we'll put it here. Now the combination of this region category, I'll get the total. Let's say run. If you see this, just central, furniture, and the total of these two combination I'm getting here. This is how the group function will work. Let's see how this actually works in SQL. Right click, say SQL, let me copy this and we'll paste it here. I'm just pasting it here and then we'll separate it like this. Region, raw data, we'll remove, then category, then we have this sum of sales. Then next we have this raw data, group by, region, and then category. Now let's understand this. In the previous query, if you see, you just select region, category from the table, group by, and you have specified the columns which you have taken in select section. But if you come here below, here also you have taken region, category, but on the sales column, I'm using this sum. Sum is a function which will give me the total of the columns what you have taken here, the region and category. Sum, I'm applying a function called sum on this sales column. That means this is the calculated field. We are trying to create one more field, that is calculated field. For that, there should be a column name. So that is what this name is, sum of sales. Say sum of the sales, as I'm using the sum of sales. This is called as alias name, means and say alternative name, or say a name for the column what you have created here. From raw data, that is the table name, group by, you can see that I have not used this sales column here. The thing is, keep in mind two things. One is grouping, other one is aggregating. The grouping means I'm taking these columns where I'm not applying any function on this, that will be grouped. That should be in my group section. The column on which I'm applying a function, that is some average, minimum or something, that will come here, but that should not be in my group by section. That means in a simple terms, if I'm using a function, that should not come in my group by section. If I'm not using any function, so all the columns which I'm using here, that should come here. Suppose, let's say I'll copy this. If I would have used some like this, say sales like this, then you have to mention sales here like this. This is like grouping, but what you see here is the calculation, that is it is sum. Suppose if you want only for region, then what I'll do, let me copy this, go here, paste it. Now if I remove this category, make sure that you'll remove the category from this grouping as well, like this. This is for single column. So this is how my grouping function will work. You have to give this alias name, and this alias name can be anything, say total sales. So whatever you give here, that will appear in my column header. Say I'll copy this and I'll go to this query, paste it. I've used copy. See, I've used total sales here. If I run this, see, it gives me total sales. So you can give anything there in the alias name. By default, it will take the function name and the say the column name there. So I've used here sum of sales. So let it be sum of sales so that you'll understand. But what I'm telling is this can be anything. Suppose if you want to calculate average. So let's go here, right click, say design new, just change this to average. Run this. This will give me the average of the region. Suppose if I take one more column, then the combination of those two, I will get the average. Right click, design new. Let me put this category here. Put this category here. If I run this thing, the average will change now. The average will change because it is taking region and category, and then based on these two combinations, it is giving me the average. Right click, design view. Let me remove this. Now, if you want a minimum, minimum means the minimum value in each region. This is the minimum value. Maximum, go here, say maximum, and this, see, this will be the maximum value in each region. If I take one more column, then combination of that, it will give me the maximum value. Suppose if you want to take the count, how many times this column is repeating, just say count. Run this, it will give me the count. How does this look in the SQL view? Let's go here. We'll copy this. We'll take the same query and just go here. Let's put it here. So it will be like this. So instead of sum, it will be AVG, average. And we'll change this here. If I'm not changing here, still it will give me the result. But if you're not changing just average of sales, then it will be like confusing. Whatever name I've given, here I would have given sum of sales, and I'm using average as a function. Then whatever results is coming, depending on the column, we think that it is sum. So make sure that you'll give a meaningful name with the function what you're using. Right. Now minimum. Let's go here. I'll put min. Here we'll put it as min of sales. The maximum, we'll go here, we'll say max. It is similar to our Excel function, say max, and here we'll say max of sales. It will give me the maximum number. Next one is count. Let's go here. I'll say count. Here we'll put it as count. Like this. This is how the aggregate function will work. It's not that I should have a single query or say function, I can combine all the functions together. Let's say I can put all these functions in same query itself, like this. Let's copy this, put it here. Let me copy this and say this is for sum of sales. Then here we'll say sum of sales. Put a comma here. Next, I want average. Then I'll say AVG. We'll change the column name as AVG. Then we have minimum and maximum, comma, change this to minimum and maximum. And here we'll change the column headers. Min, max, like this. Now if you want to execute this, just copy this and paste it in the query. SQL view, run this. See, I'll get all the aggregated values here. Alright, this is for grouping and aggregating of the values. So let me remove all this, and then we'll take one column here as subcategory. I'll just check this and I'll put it here. Let's run this. I'm getting some value here. That is region, subcategory, and the sum of sales for this combination. Now what we'll do is we'll try to apply a condition on this. The condition will be any value above 25,000 should be filtered here. Now I'm applying the condition on the aggregated column, not on the row level data. This is the row level data. That is when I just say select star from, and if I select the sales value, that means it is row level. Now what I'm actually doing here, what I'm trying to filter or say put that condition is on the aggregated column. Now for this, it's a right click design mode. We have the sales here in the criteria. I'll say greater than, I'll put it as 25,000. Same thing like what we have this where condition. I'm putting this in criteria greater than 25,000 and I'll execute this. Now if you go and check, I'm getting all the values which are above 25,000. We'll try to increase a little bit so that we'll get less record. I'll make it as 50,000 and see. See, I have all the values which are less than, greater than 50,000. But let's go and see the SQL query. For the normal query what we write without any aggregate functions, we get where condition. But for this, we will not get this where condition. We have something called as having. See, let's copy this and I'll show you. When I'm using this group functions, we'll not get this where condition. We'll have something called as having. Let's put it like this. Sum of, okay, from raw data, group by. Let's group the columns. And then say having. So this condition whatever I'm applying, this is based on the group column what we have taken. So I'm just cleaning it so that it will be easy for us to understand. If you say this, it says select columns, then sum of the sales column from the table group. You can see that I'm grouping region and subcategory, but when I'm actually filtering or say putting that condition, I'm saying sum of sales is greater than 50,000. I'll be using this having. The reason is we are trying to group. So here where condition will not come when I'm using this group by. We have to use this having. So keep this in mind. Even if you have any questions in interview also, they ask you, Can I use where condition in group by? Just say, the where condition cannot be used in group by. We have to use having here. Okay, and this condition will come after group by. But if it is where condition, that will come immediately after this from table name where. That is in the normal query where I'm not using this aggregate function. Suppose if I'm using this aggregate function, that is group by, then the having will come after this group by only. Right, let me copy this and paste it here. If I run this, I'm getting this result. What if I want to sort this? Let's sort the data. Let's go here, design view. Here I have the sales, here I have this sort. Let's select and I'll say descending order and run this. See, I'm getting the data in descending order like this. Now if you go and check the order by whatever is there in the SQL view, it is similar and that will come in the end. So it will be like this. Order by sum of sales. So you have to mention with the function name. See, order by sum of sales. And again, if you're not adding any option here, then it will be by default ascending order. Otherwise, if you want to add an option, then it will be DESC, that is for descending order. So this is how you'll be using this group functions. Let's select, and then I'll put it here. And if I run this, see, it will sort like this. So this is group. Next is we have the number functions, wherein these will not actually group. This will actually work on the row level data. Row level data in the sense, whatever data we have in the table, whatever we have this in this table. So based on these values, it will apply the function. Right. Let me close this query, and then we'll try to use this functions, that is abs fix in. So we'll see what exactly it is. Let's take one query. Say raw data, and then we take this subcategory and we'll say sales value. Run this. See, I'm getting some value. Let's take even profit as well. Here in profit, I can see some negative values also. I want to convert this into positive value. I have a function called as abs. Abs means absolute value, or say absolute number. This will give me the positive number. Whenever I have the negative number will be converted into positive number. Let's see how we can use this function on the columns here. So the sales and profit are the columns. So I want to apply that ABS, or say abs absolute function on this profit to convert the negative number into positive. I have one more column here. I'll just go here. I'll say ABS open bracket. I'll say profit close bracket. This is how we can actually apply the function here. We don't have any formula bar as such. Let me click outside here. Once I click this, it will take the function. Let's run this. So wherever you see this minus symbol, say negative value, that will get converted into positive value. Let me just sort this. Here we'll sort. See, all the negative values, whatever you see here, that will get converted to positive values here. See, all the negative values will be positive number here. But if you can see here, it says expression 1. This is actually the alias name. Now suppose if you want to change the name, right click, design view, here on, I'll say function apps. Run this. See, it will get changed here. The column name will get changed. Right click, design view. So here we can write the function like this. But the problem here is this place, whatever is there, I'm writing this function, it is very small. It is like, you cannot zoom this also. So for this, what we have to do is right click, you have something called a zoom. use this zoom. It is something like an editor. If I click here, I'll get one, a kind of editor here. This is like a notepad, whatever. Here you can write the function. Let's try one more function here. Say I have this fix. Fix means it will give me the integer part of the value. Now suppose if you want to take that fix function, instead of typing here, I'll right click and say zoom, go here. I'll say function underscore fix is the column name, that is alias name. You have to give a colon, don't give equals, colon. Then I'll say fix of profit. See, now I'll say okay. See, the same function will come and sit here. So why we use that zoom is this place is very small, so it will be difficult to write the the function here. Now let me run this. See, it will give me the integer part, the part that is not the decimal part, the integer part here, like this. I also have something called as int, which is very similar to fix. Let me right click and say zoom and say function int colon, say int of profit. Let's say okay. And if you run this, it is exactly like fix. Fix and integer are same. So both will give me the integer part of the column what we have taken. Let's run this. See, here we'll get the integer part. But the difference between if this fix and integer is integer will round off. Fix will not round off. If you go and check this, where we'll have this. See here. See, minus 383.031 or something. Here you can see it says minus 384 or something. It's just trying to round off the values here. See, like this. Right. Let's go here and we'll see how this SQL view looks when I'm using these functions. Let me put this. I'll remove this raw data, this subcategory. Then say sales. Then you're taken this profit. On this, we are applying this abs function. So if you see this absolute as function abs, that means we are using this alias name. For every function what you're applying on a column, you have to use this alias name like this. See, like this. Right. Let's go back. Let's take this design. Let me delete these functions what you have written now. We'll go to the next function, that is round. Round is a function which will actually round the decimal places to the number of specified number of place I give in the function. Let's go back. When I'm writing this function, let's say I'll go here, I'll say zoom, and if I say round and open bracket, in Excel we get say the parameter. Let's go here. Let's say somewhere here I'll just use this round equals round and open bracket. See, I'll get the parameters here. This is very easy for me to remember the parameters and then give the parameter value whatever is there, and I can write the function. But in Access we're not getting that option at all. It will become very difficult to remember all the parameters. So if you think that you want the parameters, then we have one more option of writing these functions. How? What we'll do is, instead of writing the formula directly here in this column, or right click and go to this zoom and then write the function, right click and use this build. Build is actually an expression builder, means the formula builder. Let's go and I'll click on this. I'll get one window here like this. This space, whatever you see, it is something like a formula bar where I can write all the formulas. And if you see, just click on this function, you can see these functions. Click here, we'll get all the functions here, say built-in functions. Click here, I'll get all the functions listed down here. Let me go here and say, here we'll select some general functions. So here I'll get some functions, some mathematical functions. See, there are so many mathematical functions. Just now we saw this fix, integer, all this will be available here. Text functions, click here, I'll get all the text functions here. So you can just double click and you can get the function here, and then you can start working. Say for example, I'll go to this math, I have this round, you can double click. See, I'll get the function along with that the parameter as well. Then you can go and you can type, say number. What is the number? Say in this case, let's take say profit, the column name profit, and you can use this. So what is the precision? Precision means to what number of decimals I should round it off. Or we can also do like this. Let me remove this. Let's say function underscore round. I'll put a colon. I'll say round off. It will ask for number. I'll say profit, comma. It will ask for precision. It's nothing but I'll say 2 decimals. Let's say okay. See, here I'll get the function. Now run this. See, this will round off to the 2 decimals. You can see this. See, here if you go and say we'll take one value. Okay, if you see this, it says 14.1694. But if you see here, it is rounded off to 2 decimals. It says 14.17. That means this 9 has been rounded off here to this 7. So likewise, if you see here, you can see it says 85.309. That 9 is rounded off to second decimal, that is 0.31. So likewise, if you see, it will round off the values to the number of decimals I specify. If I say design view and I'll go to this build, if I say 1, then it'll round off to the single digit here like this. So this is round function. Let me go to SQL view and I'll put it in my query. I can say this, say raw data. I'm just removing this table name. If you want, you can keep it. As I told you, for single table name is not required. You can directly take the column itself. See, these are the function actually will be. So it says round off column name as any point of time. If you are using this function on any column, you have to use this alias name. Right. Next one, we have something called as val. Val, what it will do is it will get me the value from a string. Say I have a text column. All the numbers which are starting in the beginning, whatever numbers are there, it will just give me that value. Say for example, we'll go here, take this raw data, and we'll check this product. Okay, we'll take this product name. So wherever you see the data beginning with number, so we'll have, see here I have this 6, say 1.7. So what it will do is it will give me the number. It will extract the number from the column. Let's go and we'll check. Right click, design view, go to build, just remove this, and we'll say function val. The val of, give the string. String is what? The product name. Product name and close bracket. We'll say okay. Now if I run this, see it says 0. If there is no value, it will give me 0. What we'll do is let's take the product name column as well. Just drag and drop here. We'll remove this sales and profit. Run this. See, so wherever you see 0, that means the text is not starting with number. Let's go here and we'll try to filter this. Remove this blanks and this 0, and let's say okay. See, all these text, whatever you see, they are beginning with numbers. You can see this, see, 24. 3m, 12. So wherever you have this numbers, it will just give me the numbers here. Let's take the SQL. Copy this. Product name. And this is the function. Save. Right. Next is we have format. So what this format will do, it is used to change the format of the say the column. Say I want to convert this into 1000 separators, or there is something called as general format or standard format. So here I have listed down some of the formats for numbers as well as dates. So you can use this. So I have this general number, it will convert that into general number. Or say if you want currency, I can use this currency or fixed format, standard format, whatever you want, you can just use this. If you want to change to percentage, you can use this percentage. Let's try some of them. Say right click, design view. Let's take sales. And here right click, go to build, say function, format. Here I'll take format, open bracket. It says expression. Expression means I'll just take this sales, comma. We can use this as general number, or you can use standard. So whatever you have here, the options, all this I can use. Let's say I'll use this currency only. Let's go here, right? Currency. And if I say OK and run this, see this will get changed to currency format. Right click, design view. Let me copy this. I can custom format as well. Let me go here, right click, build, paste it here. I'll say custom format. And instead of this currency, I can also use like what we use in our Excel, that is hash, comma, hash, hash, 0, 0, like this. This format also I can use, that is I'm customizing it. Run this, see, this is getting changed to the format what I've specified. But the format, if I'm using the function format, if I'm using, this column will get converted into text format. You can see that the alignment, it is to the left side. Usually the number will be in the right side. Right. Suppose if you want to convert it into percentage, let's take discount. Discount, I think it's in decimal number. Yes. When I say percent, so what it will do is it will multiply by 100. Let me go here, say build function format percent. Here we should say format expression. I'll say discount, comma. It asks for the format. We'll say percent and say OK. Let's run this. See, will get converted to percent. You can see that 0.45, it is 45.00 percentage. So likewise, I can use the format for changing the format of the numbers. Let me copy this, go here, and I'll paste this query, and we'll just try to clean this. See, sales. So I have this format here with the currency format. Then we have this custom format, and then we have this percentage format, which we use in our discount column, like this. So you can use any format. So for dates also there are formats. When you come to this date function, I'll explain how to use this format with date. So that also I have specified here for the date. So when you come to this date, I'll show you how to use this date format as well. Right. Next one is about the square root and sign. This sign, what it will do is it'll just give me this sign, say positive or negative number. Let's go here. Let me use the same query itself. Now I'll take this profit. and let's put it here. Here I'll use SGN, that is sign. Say function sign SGN. See, it returns a variant type integer indicating the sign of the number. Now let's say profit. Say OK. This is just to find the sign of the number, that is whether it is positive or negative. We can see that 1 is positive, minus 1 is negative. If you go here, if you see, wherever you see this 1, see, it is a negative number. Okay. So likewise, you can check the sign of the number as well. Square is to find the square root of a number. Let's go here, right click, say it is new. We'll take the square root of sales only. Build function, say SQR, just mention SQR. It will ask for number. I'll mention as sales. Close bracket. Say OK. Whatever column I mention, it will just give me the square root of that particular value. Suppose if you want to apply the format on this to get only 2 decimals, you can apply the format here what we used, and we can reduce the decimal number as well. Let's copy this, put it in queries. Category, sales, and we have the format for currency. I think we have used here only, right? Okay, anyways, format, then discount, so this is for the sign function what we use, that is profit, and here this is for square. Right, so these are the grouping or aggregate functions and number functions which you are using in the